Hey guys, so I got a question from one of you guys and I looked into it, and you're an older guy. You're around, I believe, 30 years old. And you're saying that you have confidence issues. Your confidence continues to lower. You're putting your all into this and it's just really hard. Your workouts are doing worse. Your social life is doing worse and everything's going down. And I thought it would be a good lesson, an important lesson for some of you older guys out there who are in this campus. Because I do want to make something a little bit more clear, and that business is very much a young man's game. Because young men have a lot more time. They have a lot more time where it's socially acceptable to not be performing, right? If it's a young 18-year-old kid in here or a young 20-year-old kid in here and he's working his ass off and he's not making money, it's kind of like, okay, well, I mean, he's only 20. Like, is he really supposed to be fucking big balling, making loads of money? Well, no, not really. He's 20, or like he's 22, or, you know, he's 23, he's 24. But it starts to get at that point, and I understand this burden that you older guys have, where you guys have this burden to perform. Like, a young guy, he can keep faith, right? Because you know what? Even if it never works out, at least he learns something through the whole experience, right? Let's say you got a young kid and he really, really wants to become a soccer superstar. He wants to become the best soccer player in the world. He tries super, super hard, but you know, it just doesn't work out at the end of the day. Well, through the whole journey, at least he'll learn what teamwork is. At least he'll learn what it's like to dedicate himself to something, really try as hard as learn what it's like to dedicate himself to something, really try as hard as possible. At least he'll have those stories and those adventures of trying to become a really, really professional soccer player from, let's say, the age of, I don't know, 16 until 22. And at 22, he'd said, you know what? I don't want it enough. I've got bills to pay. I don't want it bad enough. I'm not willing to take the risk to not be doing a job and just keep trying to go after my dream of becoming a professional soccer player. You know what? I just didn't work hard enough in the past and I just didn't make it. And I need to start making some money, right? Because that's often what happens after you reach a certain age. But at least he'll have all those experiences. He's still only 22, right? So he's still got a couple years to be able to really try to make something work for himself and become successful. So I understand that. And this is also a lesson for the younger guys. When you're older, you don't have that luxury anymore. It starts to really become burden. If you're 30 years old and you really you have a normal job, you have a normal rent, obviously you probably don't live with your parents anymore. You probably have moved out at some point, and it's really hard to move back in with your parents when you moved out, right? People kind of look at you a bit different, right? If you're a 30-year-old making no money, or asking, hey, what do you do? I work at McDonald's, or I'm a barista at some place. If you don't really have like a set career, people look down on you, right? And they're looking at you like, well, you're kind of a loser. So there's this burden to perform at an older age. And I do understand that for a lot of you guys. And guys, this game is not easy, because at the end of the day, like every single business on earth, any single business you'll ever do, the thing is the man who wants it the most will get it. And the beautiful thing about being young is a lot of these young cats, they don't give a fuck. They'll do their training and they'll work on this and they'll become fucking monsters. They'll become good. And at the end of the day, it is a competition. Just like every business in life, every single business in life, it's true. It's a competition. Some people win, some people lose. So for you older guys, I do want to mention that it's not impossible for you to win, but be prepared for it to take like 1 year before you start making money that you can live off of. Like, you should be prepared for that, because the 30-year-olds and you older guys, you guys have this problem where you guys are going to have so much more pressure. There's going to be so much more doubts coming into your mind of, you can't waste a year on a business model and have it not work. That really hurts you. If a 19-year-old spends one whole year trying to make an e-commerce business do well, and he spends an entire year dedicating everything, sacrificing everything to try and make his e-commerce business go up, that's not a big a deal. He's 20 now. He's got loads of experience. It didn't work. He's 20 now. He's got loads of experience. It didn't work, but he learned something, right? Well, if you're a 30-year-old and you do that same thing, it's very, very different. It's like, damn, he failed again. So I understand this burden. And I'm mentioning this mainly, I guess, I wanted to talk this to the older guys who might be in here. But I kind of want to also give this as a warning to the younger guys. And this is why I think it's so important to take life seriously from a young age. It's something I'm very grateful for. I say I probably started taking life serious at probably age 21, right? That's when I really started taking life seriously. Like, I'm really working my ass off and realizing, like, shit, I can't just be playing video games. I can't just be fucking around. I've got shit to do. I can't just be going to partying and everything's going to be okay. Everything will not be okay. I need to get my shit together, right? And that's probably at age 21 that I had that. But for you young guys, you guys are already taking life seriously. If you're in this campus and you're really working your ass off, you're already taking life seriously. You're fine. And for you older guys, those of you guys in here, I do want you guys to be prepared for it to be 1 year of hard work and dedication. And I want you to understand and look yourself in the mirror and understand you have more pressure than ever. So don't let the pressure get to you. And I'm doing this lecture because one of you guys are mentioning how you guys, are social life is going down. You don't smile anymore. Your workouts are getting worse. And this is because the pressure is starting to get to you. I don't know how to help you in that. You only have two options. One, quit and do something else. That's one option. Or two, you just have to not let the pressure get to you. You have to not let the pressure be negative to you. And you need to really try your best. The problem is that when you have so much pressure, sometimes the game stops being fun. And the problem about the game not being fun is now it makes it a burden to play the game. Like, imagine trying to become a professional soccer player, but you don't like soccer anymore. Imagine how hard that is. So I understand that the pressure's made it not fun. And that happens to a lot of pro athletes. A lot of pro athletes, the only reason they don't become professional the best is because they don't enjoy the pressure. The game's not fun anymore. It's so much pressure, the game's not fun. So for you older guys, I do want you guys to understand that you guys have this problem. You guys will have this problem. And I don't know exactly how to break through it other than just make the miracle happen. You need to recognize that the pressure is not good for you. Bro, if it was me, I'd move back to my parents' house. I'm just telling you guys, if I was a 30-year-old and I was screwed, I'd just find a way to just go back into kid mode, go move in with my parents on their couch or whatever, and just work my fucking ass off for 1 year and dedicate myself and say, you know what? I'm going to do 1 year, pure dedication, nothing else, not going to worry about anything else. And I'm going to make this work. I'm going to make this work in 1 year. And if I don't make it work in 1 year, then I'll just go accept my slave job, whatever, and just do what normal people do. That's how I do it. But so for you, man, I read your message. I got your background. I understand you're in super good shape. I understand your health is probably okay. And I understand it's probably the pressure getting to you, the pressure that you need to perform on this because, you know, you're starting to get old now. You need to perform on this. And all I can do and tell you is that I do believe that social media marketing, learning to sell and to market products online is the future of the world. I think it's the future of all business. And I do think you can become super, super good at it. You just need to truly understand what the game is. You need to truly understand that it's just making videos that get loads of views. And that's simple. You just need to make videos that people enjoy. You kind of need to enjoy the process. If you want to spread happiness, you need to kind of be a happy person. So the problem is the pressure is getting to you and it's ruining your videos. You need to snap out of it. You need to really enjoy what work you're doing in the world. And in fact, I'll do another lecture after this to tell you guys some of the best ways to make really, really great videos. And I'll do that after this. But for the young guys, take this as a word of warning. Great videos. And I'll do that after this. But for the young guys, take this as a word of warning. You need to take life seriously. Now, I do believe you guys all are. And look, some people might say I'm too harsh, right? Hey, Luke, I'm 16. I'm told I shouldn't be taking life too seriously. Cool. You don't have to. I recommend you do, but you don't have to. We all get the wake-up call at different times. I got my wake-up call at 21 when I realized, fuck, I am screwed. Like, there's no one to save me. Like, there's no parents who are going to save me. My whole family and everyone is fucked. So my wake-up call was at 21. But that wake-up call happens to every single man on earth, where it's like, bro, if you don't figure it out, you're screwed. And your whole family's screwed. Everyone's fucked. So to the young men, take this as a warning. It's good to get that wake-up call early and handle your shit early. So you're not 30 years old trying to figure out how to make money and stuff, because that becomes really, really a lot of pressure because you're running out of time. You don't have time to waste anymore. And for the older guys, I understand you have the pressure. You need to ignore that pressure and you need to still enjoy the game. If you don't enjoy the game, you'll never be good at the game. There's no professional athlete in the world who's a world level athlete, or there's no business owner in the world who's a world level business owner who's a world level business owner who genuinely hates what they do. That doesn't happen. It's too much to fight against. It takes too much discipline. You'll never compete the guy who enjoys doing it. So keep that in mind. It doesn't mean that you only can do what you enjoy doing, but it means at some level you need to enjoy it. Like, you need to be able to force yourself to enjoy it. That's part of the discipline of it. You need to force yourself to be in a happy mood and enjoy making that video. You need to enjoy trying to think about how exactly you convince people to buy right now instead of later. You need to enjoy it. And that requires discipline. It requires force. You can force yourself to enjoy things. You can control your mind. So for the older guys, keep that in mind.